Hello everyone and welcome to this virtual players meeting for the Black Bear Amateur Championships driven by Innova Champion Discs and presented by the Southern Ohio Disc Golf Association. I'm Christian, your co-TD and event coordinator, and I'll be walking you through this players meeting and giving you all the crucial information that you need before you get out and try to tackle the bear. So included in the email that just got sent out to all of the players was not only the link to this video, but also a lot of other really crucial information. The main big thing, the thing I'm going to refer to this weekend as your Bible, is going to be the caddy guide. Everything in the caddy guide is going to be the finalized, that is the word of law. What is in that caddy guide will be what goes. Whether that be for a ruling on a hole, it doesn't matter what's on the tee sign, what was on the fly through. The caddy guide itself is going to be law out on the course. Those are the rules and those are the layouts that you're going to play by. Now, we did strive to try to make sure that everything did match up. However, we are all humans and susceptible to making mistakes. If there is any inconsistencies, however, please refer to the caddy guide itself. That is what is going to give you the best and most truthful information, and that's what we're going to make any decisions by. Now, let's start getting into everything that you're going to need to know about this tournament. First of all, thank you for signing up for the tournament. Thank you to every one of you who, chose to come out and spend your weekend with us. It makes, us feel incredible knowing that everyone is choosing to spend an entire weekend out at the course that we have worked so hard to try to get ready and, dressed up and prepared for every one of you guys to come in and play. Everyone that we talk to afterwards says that this time of year, leading right up to the tournament, is whenever the course looks the absolute best, and that is in no small part thanks to our, veritable small army of volunteers that we're starting to amass. So I'm going to take this moment to thank all of our volunteers and club members who have put in a ton of hours and sweat, mainly sweat, into getting this course into the masterpiece that you guys are going to see this weekend. I hope that you guys enjoy all the work we've put in because it was definitely a labor of love and a lot of probably choice words. But you'll have that. Anyway, another thanks that I would like to give out is to all of our sponsors, and I'm going to run through them really quick. This tournament wouldn't be able to go on without the support we have from our sponsors. So I'm going to take a second and go through and give them all individually their thanks. First of all, our disc sponsors were Innova Champion Discs. They are the title sponsor of the event and were instrumental in getting us an absolute killer players pack. Also, Lone Star Disc for coming through clutch with, making sure that we have the extra disc that we need for that third item of the players pack. If you guys haven't already, noticed, we have a absolutely banger players pack. Considering that you're only paying $70 to get into this tournament, you're getting a full custom jersey, 3 premium discs, and a handful of other stuff that we've been able to get from our sponsors. Those are in, again, no small part thanks to these two individual companies for coming out and doing what they do and making sure we have what we need to give to you guys. Our gold level sponsor is CRDG Productions, which is right here what you're viewing this video on. And, on behalf of CRDG, I would, like to thank you guys for, coming over to the channel and, viewing the videos that we've worked so hard to put out. I'll get in a little more into that later. Let's get back to the rest of the sponsors really fast. All of our silver level sponsors, we have Mr. Mox Hammocks, Mythic Disc Golf, Barbarian Discs, The Natty Disc Golf, Tri-State Rehab, and Sawyer Bug Sprays. And then our bronze level sponsors are Zach Ace Baker, Grip 6 Belts, Rare Air Disc, Sticky Brand, The Teddy Peddler, Soul Choice, and Whale Sacks. Now, let's talk about that players pack. I mentioned that you get 3 premium discs, a jersey, and then a handful of other stuff. These are all going to be prepared to you whenever you go to check in. You can either check in Friday during Little Bear, or you can pick it up before or after your round on Saturday. If absolute need be, you can still pick it up on Sunday, but we prefer you get it early. That way it's less we have to pack up and then unpack back on Sunday. Trust me, there's a lot of work that goes into this, and you guys picking up your players packs helps us not have to keep packing and unpacking the same things over and over. Our players packs are going to be, put together and everything by Travis and Bethany McNeilin. If you see them, say thank you. Those two have put in a ton of work to make sure that, all of this stuff gets put together for you guys. And, they don't complain a bit about doing it. They love to see the look on your faces whenever you guys start undoing all of that awesome players pack goodies. So, about that jersey, or well, should I say this jersey? This is going to be the jersey that every player will get in the players pack. It's got the awesome customized logo on there, full sublimated jersey, and then on the back, got a couple logos back there, but this thing is absolutely awesome. Dry fit type material, amazing jersey to play in, and if you did not get in during Wave 1 and, don't have your jersey to pick up at the tournament, you still get one, don't worry. It's just going to be ordered as soon as the tournament concludes, and then we'll work on getting them to you. Whether we organize some shipping to get it to you, or you come and pick it up at one of our other events or at the Soja store. Either way, we'll figure it out. We'll get you the rest of your players pack. Don't worry about it. So, as some of you may have noticed this year, we did go to an amateur-only event. This allowed us to truly focus on making this a memorable event for all AMs, putting together this absolutely killer players pack, and alongside all of this, we got to become part of the Ohio Amateur Disc Golf Tour. So, if you've been a part of the Ohio AMS Tour and you're looking to get a few more points put toward a hopeful, tour title, this is a great place to earn those points. Now, if you have not signed up for Little Bear yet and you're interested, don't worry. While registration on Disc Golf Scene has closed, you can still hop on over at headquarters, and anytime on Friday during Little Bear, you can just hop in and do day of signups. We still do that for this Flex Start, so that is no issue. You don't have to pre-register. If you're in the area and you want a nice, quick rated round with a 1-disc player pack, hop on over, sign up, and get out and get playing. Little Bear is a 18-hole kind of modified layout of the Black Bear layout, where you'll play holes 1 through 3 and then 16 through 21. You'll play those 9 holes through twice, and then giving you a total of 18 holes, and this is a Flex Start C tier, so you do get a rated round, and the players pack is any one choice disc out of club stock. Payouts are going to be handled Saturday or Sunday during the Black Bear Amateur Championships. Now, this year we do have a multitude of side attractions again, and a lot of these were big hits last year, so we decided to bring them back, such as the Elevation Disc Putting Challenge. We're going to be having a cash CTP. It's going to be like $2 a throw or 3 for 5, kind of that deal, and there are a ton of awesome prizes. Bring plenty of 1s and 5s, things like that, because you're really going to be tempted to sit around while you're not playing and try to dunk this CTP. That way you can get some of these awesome prizes. Hint, you might be able to carry disc in one, or you might be able to putt into a different one. Do with that information what you will. All of the info for these, side games and everything like that is in the expanded the expanded caddy guide. I'm sorry, you're going to have to forgive me. I've spent all day out on the course trying to get it ready for you guys. I'm a little tired, so forgive me this one. The expanded caddy guide, which got sent out with the player's email, has all of the information for all of the different side games and attractions, things like that. A lot of them coming at very little to no cost, so, get out there and enjoy it. We want this to be more than just a tournament. We want this to be a full-fledged event. with a fly mart, with side games. We're going to have a food truck set up on Saturday. All of this awesome stuff. We want this to be a feature event, not just show up for the tournament and leave. Now, another cool thing that we're doing again this year is division-specific CTPs on Saturday. So I'm going to go through them real quick. They are in your caddy guide, but I will go through them really fast. MA1 is going to have hole 10. MA40 has hole 19. MA60 has hole 16. MA2 has hole 8. MA3 has hole 20. And MA4 has hole 2. There is also a full field CTP all day on Saturday on hole 21. If, however, 2 people ace it, then the tie will be broken the next day again on hole 21. All these prizes can be collected on Sunday either before or after your round. And like I said, any ties for CTPs will be broken during round 2. We also have an included ace pot, which was included in your registration. No extra is needed to pay into it. You're already in just by signing up. And the ace pot this year is $305. It's pretty significant. I'd be chasing every basket I could for that. Each ace will count as one entry into the ace pot. So if you have, say we have 5 aces out on the course, and, each one of those 5 aces gets a fifth of the ace pot. So if you ace twice, you get 2 shares. Kind of makes sense. If no aces are hit, however, that money is going to be donated back to further course improvements, whether that be a project like stairs going up to hole number 2 or getting those long tees put in. We'll see. Now, let's get into some important information about the course itself before I start talking about the holes and the rules. So, the main big thing is that the Black Bear AMs layout is a little different than the normal Black Bear layout. This is a 24-hole track with multiple changes made just for this event. And I'll go through the couple major ones really fast. First and foremost, there is a new hole 10 immediately following 9. Now, this is a temporary hole between normal holes 9 and 10, which is going to shift the numbers of the holes back a little bit, but don't worry, there is another change a couple holes later that will write those numbers back to normal like you would typically know them if you're a local or have been to the course before. Now, again, this does write itself. Hole 13, which is the old hole 12, is going back in that really long place, and it's going to be elevated again this year. However, it is now a par 4, not a par 5. The other big major change is that the old holes 13 and 14 is now just hole 14, and it is a combined safari hole. You'll tee off from 13's tee pad playing to 14's basket. It has been cleared out a lot, and bear in mind that the creek area is casual. I'll get into more of that in just a moment. There are also a couple new pin placements, and if you haven't got a chance to get out and play a practice round, I definitely would. Some of these can really alter how you attack the hole, and if you can't get out and play a practice round, at least go check out the course preview. Excuse me. That way you can see all of the up-to-date changes. All of those basket positions are exactly the way they're going to be for the tournament that are in the video. Oh, where are we at now? All right, so you're going to see a lot of different colored things out on the course. I'll brush up over this before, letting you guys tee off for the first day. But they are color-coded. This is going to include the paint, the string and rope OB lines, and the flags, the little marker flags out there. Anything white is going to indicate out of bounds. So whether that be white rope, white paint, or white flags, that's going to be an OB line. Anything yellow is hazard. Now, I will say the yellow rope came out orange. I kind of messed up the die a little bit. It's fine. It only happens twice on the course. It's explained in the caddy book. There'll still be yellow flags. It's not going to be too hard to decipher. I'm sorry. Pink is going to be your drop zones, or any kind of on-course hazards such as ground hornet nest or barbed wire, things like that. but I will specify those on a case-by-case basis. Any blue paint is going to be the 10-meter circle, and blue flags are going to be there marking the bullseye. That is also going to depend on just how much free time we get leading up to the tournament. This is going to be the last thing put in on the holes, so it's not as crucial to have those painted in. So if we have to forget one thing, it's probably going to be that. However, we're still going to try to get it done. Any orange paint is going to be directional arrows. That's just for traffic flow across the course. Please follow these. I'll get more into that in a second. Now, I'm going to run through a brief, just quick run through of some OB changes on some of the holes, give you a little explanation on the new holes, and some very important notes about directions here. These are going to help prevent backups and the possibility of getting hit. We tried to put as much awesome disc golf into this property this weekend as we possibly could. That being said, we have meticulously figured out the best way to get from hole to hole without crossing over a fairway, without poking your head into a green and possibly getting hit by an approach shot or a drive or something like that, or interfering somewhere else on the course. This is going to help prevent backups, and it's going to prevent you from getting knocked in the noggin. Please follow these directions. Please. Let's go through those holes. So we'll start off with hole number 1, and it's the typical hole. OB is on or over that road right and long in the parking lot left. Big thing here is the ditch in the center this year is going to be hazard. That's going to be differentiated by those yellow flags and the yellow-orange rope. I'm sorry, again, but the ditch in the middle is hazard. If you land in there, you take it where it lies with a 1-stroke penalty. Hole 2, this is going to be the round 1 CTP for MA4. OB is just going to be anything that kicks all the way down over the road on the left. Same thing goes for hole 3 and hole 4. If you somehow kick out of the woods and down over the road, it is out of bounds. I would probably just rethrow from where you're at, honestly. Hole 6, if it punches out and goes over the road right, that is out of bounds. Hole 7 is on or over that road to the left. Any OB off the tee moves to the drop zone. Drop zone is going to be 60 feet away from the basket, giving you a nice deep circle to putt to try to save your par. Any OB other than the drive itself plays as normal OB. So if you're throwing from the tee, you go OB, you go to the drop zone. If you're on your second shot, third shot, eighth shot, doesn't matter, and you go OB, you play it where it goes out. Hole 8, this is going to be Saturday's MA2 CTP, just on or over that road to the right. Hole 9, again, is just anything on or over the road or inside the fenced-in area long of the basket. You'll see it when you get down to it. This is also a new pin placement. It's a little longer than it has been, but the shots are essentially the same. Hole 10, this is going to be Saturday's MA1 CTP. Any OB here is on or over the road on the right. If you never fade back in bounds, I would just re-tee because you're only going to, proceed maybe 10 feet up the fairway. So probably just go ahead and re-tee from that point. Hole 12. This is the old hole 11 up on top of the hill, the very, very top. There is a drop zone set up. That is the short tee. It will be differentiated. There will be directional arrows, and I need to back up a little bit to hole number 10. I am sorry. After hole 10, this is the new temporary hole. Whenever you finish that hole, follow the directional arrows. It's going to take you up a little walking path through the woods. It's going to take you down and away from the fairway so you don't backtrack down the fairway and you don't cause any backups or anything like that. And it's actually a shortcut to get to the next tee. Just follow the directional arrows. They're going to be impossible to miss. Trust me. Just follow those. Walk down that trail. It's going to put you out right at the next tee, I promise. Now, hole 12. It's the old hole 11. If you lose your drive, instead of having to walk all the way back up to that really elevated tee, you can go to the short tee. That is going to be a designated drop zone for any lost drives. It's going to put you about 150 feet away from the basket, but it beats having to walk all the way back up the hill and re-tee. Trust me. All right. Hole 13, anything on or over that road to the right or over the road long. Hole 14, OB is anything on or over the road on the left, anything inside the fenced-in area also to the left of that second tee pad. You shouldn't end up there, but if you do, that is out of bounds. The creek in the middle of this hole is casual. It's very bad footing, very steep. I don't want anyone getting hurt. If you end up in that, just play it as casual relief straight back on the line of play until you have solid footing. This is one of those times where I would prefer you be safe than try to take a legal stance on the side of that bank. It's not worth it. Hole 15, if you somehow kick 2 fairways down to the road, trust me, I've seen it happen. It's out of bounds. Hole 16, which is Saturday's MA60 CTP, anything on or over that road to the right. Hole 17 is anything on or over the road on the left, and then there is going to be rope line that extends from around the tee on the right and goes all the way down to the tall grass. That line is going to then follow the tall grass on the right, loop down and around the green, and then back up the tall grass on the left, going over to meet the road. It really just brings in your safe area of fairway and just chokes it in. You no longer have all of the room in the world, can bail out in the weeds if you want. No, we took all that away. That's all out of bounds. Trust me, you'll be able to see the flags. You'll be able to see the line really, really well. Even down in the woods around the green, it's going to be visible. Trust me. It's going to run right up into C1 with the creek. Just watch the line. Be careful on your approach. Hole 18, the creek on the right-hand side and long of the basket, and then that road long is all out of bounds, as are the tops of those buildings. Now, we did add an optional drop zone for any lost tee shot or any OBs off of the tee. So if you do land on top of that building, instead of having to take a weird stance next to the building or behind the building, you can go to the drop zone. Or if you lose your drive, instead of having to walk all the way back up the hill, go to the DZ. Hole 19, this is Saturday's MA40 CTP. This is going to play like an island, so you have to clear the creek to be in bounds. Now, once you cross in bounds, you just play it as it lies. There is a rope line on the left and long, and there's the road up on the right-hand side. If you do go out of bounds, you take it where it crossed. If you never crossed in bounds, proceed to the drop zone. It's up between the 2 big cedar trees. Hole 20, this is Saturday's MA3 CTP. Anything on or over the road right, and there's also going to be an OB rope line long on that rough. Trust me, this is actually for your own benefit. That way you don't have to try to play out of that. It's terribly nasty in there. The beach on the left is going to be hazard. It's going to be marked with yellow, orange, rope. I'm sorry again. But it's going to be marked with that rope and yellow flags. Anything on the beach is hazard. Play it as it lies with a 1-stroke penalty. If you're straddling the line, you're safe. You don't have the 1-stroke penalty, but you do not get relief from hazard. You still play it as it lies, but if any of your disc is touching inbounds and not in the hazard, then you don't have that extra stroke. If you go over the beach and into the water, then you just bring it in a meter into the hazard. You still only have 1-stroke penalty. You don't get double penalized, so don't worry about that. Hole 21, the true island. You have to land in the island to be safe. Land in the island. Come to rest in the island to be safe. If you do not land in the island, you go to the drop zone. It's 45 feet straight back at the water with a death putt. And this is an elevated basket, so have fun with that. The basket's only about 5 feet off the water, so if you airball that drop zone putt, you're going to be taking a 5. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Yeah. After your tee shot, any shots going out of bounds plays as normal OB. So that wraps up the out of bounds. Any ties after round 2, any ties for first place, might I specify, will be broken by a sudden death playoff. Players will immediately begin play after all scores have been verified for the entire division. Play will begin on hole 21, and then we'll play a loop Play will begin on hole 21 and then play a loop of holes 1, 19, 20, 21 over and over again until that tie is broken and we have a winner. It's just those 4 holes. We don't have to climb the hill again. It's okay. And now, really quick, as I get ready to wrap this up, a fun little announcement, and an announcement that I've been holding on to for a little while from CRDG Productions, and that is post-produced film of this tournament. So, for round 1, the feature card MA1 will be filmed, and for round 2, lead card will also be filmed. This is something that, the tournament staff has talked about for a little while, wanting to get somebody filming out here, and we got it done. So, hopefully this sparks a little more fierce competition out there during round 1 to try to get onto that filmed card for round 2. CRDG has truly stepped up this year. They've provided this players meeting video as well as course fly-throughs for Little Bear and Black Bear for both of those layouts. They've, again, truly just stepped up, went above and beyond to try to make sure you guys, the players, are taken care of and have all the information you need. So that is pretty well it that I have for this players meeting. Sorry this ran a little lengthy, but this has all the information you could possibly need. We will have copies of the caddy guide given to you during or with your players packs. It will be a more condensed version, mainly with just the whole layouts and things like that. However, keep this with you both days. Again, this is your Bible. Never leave it. Take it with you always. I hope you guys are looking forward to this weekend as much as I am. No matter how tired I look, I am absolutely stoked. I cannot wait for this. I've been looking forward to this for months now, and I'm so excited that it's finally here, and we get to show off everything that we've been doing. So, yeah, I think that's pretty well all I have. On behalf of the rest of the tournament staff, again, I'm Christian, and I really can't wait to see all you guys out at the Black Bear Amateur Championships, driven by Innova Champion Discs and presented by the Southern Ohio Disc Golf Association. I'll see you guys out on the course.